All right, we got the third guy in our series. These are just videos using these guys off of YouTube. Not these guys particularly. I mean, they're particularly in this video, but just in general. The point of these videos is to find someone on YouTube and use them as a visual aid. All right, so full presentation is right here. So I would say that he could shoot if everything was lined up and he didn't stop himself from shooting because he was thinking about it too hard. What I mean by that is that we have our subconscious and our conscious mind. Our subconscious is like our fast brain, our conscious is our slow brain. Our subconscious is much more powerful in the sense that it can do multiple things, or it can process multiple things in the background. But your conscious mind is very limited to task switching and just a few things. So what we try to do is train the subconscious. This is what we call muscle memory or anything like that, or the neural pathways or whatever. It's all building subconscious proficiency. We build subconscious proficiency, trust that it's going to put the sight in the gun where it needs to be, and that we can just shoot, and then know that it'll be good. But we do have to train that consciously to build the subconscious reps. So let's say how long he's in there. So he's fishing for the sight for about 7/10. So we see a lot of these common themes of guys are trying to get everything out, but they're not picking up the sight beforehand. Because, like I said, if he had a couple inches higher and he pick up the sight, he could probably pick it up almost right now, drop into the red dot, and then shoot right at that 0. Boom. Yeah, see, this is like the bent elbow shock absorber thing. Still, a lot of the movement goes to the gun, and he's still being pushed back just ever so slightly. Positive forward pressure into the back of the gun helps drive that arm into the back of it. From this angle, I feel like he's, if I line, I mean, he's using a dot, right? So if we just go based on the front sight, I want to say he's looking over the gun a little bit. He's using the red dot, so I'm not going to complain too much. I really like to see the shoulders up and forwards, and what that does is it brings the gun to this plane right here, right, and then the head goes forward and nose towards the back of the gun. What that also does is it'll bring the eye line in line with the gun naturally. You're creating natural geometry. So here he's picking up the rifle sooner. I get it. Sometimes it's hard to fumble with these damn holsters. So let's see what he does here. He lets it go. He presses the button. He could have pressed it right there if he could have, and it would have felt free. But he's at a little bit of an angle, so it kind of hung up a little bit. It's just okay. He could just press it a little bit sooner. But he did keep the gun horizontal. Again, we're talking about this holding the rifle with it having nothing but your hand holding it, right? And it's against the arm, but nothing is really holding this end or this end. So you really have a lot of teeter-tottering. You try to do this on the run, it ain't going to work. Your gun's going to flop all over the place. You won't make your reload. So again, with all these guys, muzzle at the eye line, pin the stock and buffer tube with the arm, right? We're pushing in with this elbow. We're pinning the palm to the ribs. We're turning the palm upwards, so that way it's palm up. What this does is it rotates the gun to where it is on its side, magwell facing to the left. Magazine comes in from the right. Much easier to see the magwell and the magazine and line them up and make a clear reload. What happens after that reload is, as soon as you put the magazine in, your thumb goes and hits the bolt release. The gun is going to rotate back over to where it's up and down, and then you push straight out and pull back in. And that's where you kind of get your high ready reps there. So let's check it out. So we'll see. He's still struggling because it's two different angles, and you can't see, right? And then he kind of slides it up. I would say push it out, pull it back in, and shoot. And also, his body position is like here, but he's moving back here. So be here before the gun even gets to your shoulder, and that way you're just moving your arms to get the gun up. All right. So, these are the ways that they can improve their speed. Accuracy is going to be a combination of all this stuff. But if we're making everything more efficient, we're saving time, and we're thinking about the second and third order effects. And that's the important thing, is to look at the entire picture and how these little things translate to other things and how they stack. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you like this mini series with these 3 shooters. I'll find some more guys. Just it's really based on what comes in my feed. So I'll try to look back and find some older videos. I know I've seen several ones. I think of the same group of guys doing like handgun stuff. I'll do something more specific on that, and then we'll see what else. I know I'm not picking on Mudge or anything. He just happens to be with these group of guys. They do a good example. They have good video quality and angles that I can coach from. So we'll try to find someone else. That way, if Mojo happens to see this, he doesn't think I'm picking on him or anything. So they all seem like cool guys, but this is my visual aid for you, the viewer, to be able to see what I'm talking about. Like and subscribe. Of course, I'm not monetized or anything. This is for fun. But if you guys want to show support, that's a good way to do it. I appreciate it, and I always appreciate discussion.